What is this? Okay. What's up, so fam? I wasn't expecting to be on camera today, but Spirit was like, go ahead, just press play. So I'm chilling like a villain. I didn't really try hard, except, okay, I did put on lipstick, I admit, but incessant flies. Hi, someone summoned me. What's up? A spiritual check-in is what y'all need, so is what you gonna get. A couple questions for you before I begin. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Kat Nicoletta Monroe. For those of y'all who may not know, welcome to KNM Witchery, or Readings by KNM. Like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 YouTube stuff. Okay, cool. So a few questions for you. I did receive some private DMs of y'all asking for like more love-based readings. I know my most popular video right now is a pick a card that I've done about what they're thinking about you. Is this something that y'all want more of? Like love-based, like soulmates, like that kind of stuff? Let me know and I could just add it to my roster. I guess publish like a pink heart down below so I know that's a yes. Otherwise, for those of y'all who may not know, I do have a twin flame specific channel. So if y'all resonate with that kind of label, and no, I do not over romanticize things and sell it like most people do. Divine Connections is what it's called. So I'll see you over there. I am becoming more and more active on there as I'm becoming more comfortable, just coming out of my own shell about this kind of stuff. Another question, pick a cards. Y'all seem to love them and I've really enjoyed making them. So if you have any form of categories or topics that y'all really want to see, I am tonight recording one that's going to be posted up real soon about like their, like what am I saying? The karma, the karma that another person is going to have based on like hurting you or wronging you and like whatever. I'm gonna title it a lot better than me speaking right now. It's just you and I chilling, like whatever. I ain't fucking trying to be a perfectionist no more. I'm just here doing my damn job. Let me know topics, anything that you might maybe want me to conjure up for y'all. I'm happy to any and all suggestions. Is there anything else? No. Okay, cool. So let's dive in for the purpose and reason y'all are here today. And I don't know what that is just yet. I did get pulled to the Pot Tarot. This is one of my new decks. I don't know if it's going to be YouTube Daddy approved, but I guess we'll see. Please kindly don't flag my video, okay? It's for the goodness. Anyways, haven't pulled any cards yet, but the first card that had flipped out is the Knight of Buds, which is the Knight of Coins. Okay. The Nine of Swords came out. And the Ace of Buds, which is the Ace of Coins, came out too. I am hearing two more, so I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. I was also pulled, by the way, to the Iconic, or the Roast Iconic Oracle deck, also a Nui. Lord. Okay, it's Mercury retrograde at the time that I'm recording this. Anyone else feel a little kooky crazy, getting their words all mixed up? And like my Mercury is in Virgo, like on my natal chart. So like, it's my Mercury return beach, and oh my goodness, although I'm loving this energy, I ain't even gonna front, it's such a good one. So anyone who fearmongers Mercury retrograde, just stop it, get some help. Hierophant came out, by the way. It's been doing some really well wonders. It's just, you know, I speak faster than I think and vice versa, so I get the little tongue tidy. So, oh, this card really wants to stick out for me. Are these buds? Oh my Lord, I don't even know what this is. Give me 1 second. What are you? Obviously, this is a non-traditional deck, and I can read it as is, but knowing the energy behind it would be a little bit more helpful. Oh, okay, so it's not buds. Spliffs? Joints, I guess? 3 of joints. Okay, cool. Three of Joints. I did say here, read me, so there's a method to my madness after all. The Three of Joints is a positive indicator of a happy, productive time in your life to leap forward and roll some fine joints, literally. Unless you're not into that thing, then like, that's okay too. Okay, cool. Figuratively or both. I should have kept on reading. Take advantage of the good energy that abounds to explore your creativity and self-expression. You have a lot of opportunities ahead. Travel abroad might even be at play. Well, that's fun. We'll get to clarify on that if that is the case. Could be for some. I heard not all. Of course, there is a bunch of y'all's energies that I am channeling. Remember to please subscribe, because when I do this, my primary intention is to hit my subscribers and then extend my energy outwards. Okay, it's only playing it fair, and plus that's when I get really specifical. That's when all of those fine-tuned messages come in. So, Knight of Buds. I just heard slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so this could be a message for y'all to have a little bit more patience in what it is that you are creating and working towards, okay? Whether this is something that is of personal sustenance and growth, it could be a job, like perhaps maybe you're building a business of your own, right? We really, our ego, when I say we, wants us to like have everything kind of figured out beforehand and like kind of expect the unexpected by just being ready. And just so you know, surprises are bound to happen, and you're likely also going to change things up immensely, okay? As one whom is self-employed, I've changed up my services many a times. I am introducing new ones. I'm changing the names of them, the times, the pricing, everything kind of evolves and changes as you do. So when this message comes out about slow and steady, it's one where you must be okay and willing to accept that all good things do in fact take time. So whether this is business, whether this is a physical body transformation, okay, because I'm still trying to think of something that's physical. I did instinctually just do this, so this can very well be about money. It could also just be about self-value though, So could this be a spiritual journey? Yes, especially with the Hierophant being pronounced here and the only major arcana right now. So there could be a lot of personal revelations that you are having and holding for yourself there as well. Your perspective in and around religion, spirituality, esoteric knowledge and concepts just might really be more introduced to you at this time, and you are, I'm just hearing favoring them. I don't know what that means, but y'all, someone did. Okay, cool. If it resonates, it resonates. I'm just hearing new year, new me. So you could be very well celebrating a birthday right now, although it really doesn't necessarily even have to be the case. Like sometimes you just make a decision to change and there you go. Change has been made. And then the rest of the year kind of follows and honors that change. There is something here in and around commitment as well. Can this be love oriented? Maybe. Like you could very well be, okay, I'm hearing some males tuning in. Hey, what's up? You could very well be working on your finances, on your physical, kind of just becoming a better man for someone. Could also be the case. Also, I just want to give y'all a really big shout out. I don't know what happens, but I'm not complaining at all. Like, something about my personal energy within the last couple of months really shifted. And I'm noticing this by the types of clients that are coming in at me. Like 9 out of 10 right now are males. And I just want to say that, first of all, thank you so much for trusting me to be your guide, to be your coach, to do an intuitive reading for you, whatever it may be. I've done therapy with y'all, and the growth has just been astonishing from my end to witness, and the fact that I even have a privilege of being able to guide y'all on your way is just I'm humbled. Thank you so much. And it does really show some of that personal growth that I have had when it comes to healing my own inner masculine, right? Because we're all made up of two, So I just want to extend this outwardly for anyone who does need to hear. Therapy, counseling, readings, depending of course on who the reader is and like the types of readings and such, but like that's just for everyone, you know? If one can believe in NFTs, the other can also believe in astrology, or simultaneously, you could be one and the same. I mean, why not, you know? So things that are maybe outside of usual concepts, that's what's really coming out over here, is what is being allowed and accepted right now. We are also in the age of information, okay? So like they're going to be proof and myths and debunks about like everything, you know? Like when it comes to the age of information as well, we also have to consider the fact that like opinion plays a really big play, and you can argue facts, and one may argue science as a fact and others religion as a fact. It just really comes down to personal preference, and maintaining an open mind is what's going to allow you to have a lot more like clarity and such, and also allowing yourself to accept the fact that like you don't have to agree with someone to keep the peace and like be homies with them and stuff, you know, or like just try things out. So if you do ever feel called to book with me, like, thank you again. My website is down below in the description. 15% off for the first intuitive reading that y'all book with me as well. So take advantage and let me just do what I do, you know, and show you that like not everyone's a scam artist. And like, I'm sorry if some of y'all have experienced that as well. For anyone who needed that. And just not all of us are bad, I'm telling you. Right now, when it comes to the spirit age, and again, this information age, like, yeah, it's all just a mess. So it's about following your heart is ultimately what I'm saying here, okay? Because the Hierophant is able to integrate both the mind and the heart and the soul. Amen. Okay, so go where your gut guides you, okay? It's not always about the mind, especially because when it comes to the mind, the only mind that we have represented here is by the 9 of Swords. So something has run its course, something has run out, it's been worn, it's just displeasing. I am sensing a little bit more of like anxieties or limiting beliefs that have been really coming to the surface in order to be purged, in order to be replaced and such, right? Like I'm really hoping that although I read this as it coming down, that a lot of y'all are also embracing moving on up, okay? Moving on to like more wholeness, okay? And I'm very wary about choosing my words right now because it's also not always about like self-betterment, soul fam. You are perfect exactly the way that you are. Everything, including the traumas and the shit that you never even wanted to experience, okay, happened for you to be who you are right now. It's that self-acknowledgement and realization and acceptance within yourself that will ultimately allow you to rise and to grow and know that there is really some really wonderful adventures that await you as well, okay? And that's also being reflected here with the Ace of Buds, okay, which is the Ace of Coins. Something's gonna come from that. Like, I do like the fact that they have like those little like circle puff cloud. I don't know how to do this myself, but like, kudos if you can. You're one of those like people. Anyways, something's gonna come from it, right? It's just a matter of accepting it as well in order for that acceptance to then grow and grow and grow, and thus having a lot more patience as you water things in. I just got this message in for anyone whom this may apply, male, female, they, them, and anyone else, because there's a lot of pronouns that I genuinely, respectfully am unable to just keep up with these days, but you too, okay? Buy a plant. Buy a plant, name it after yourself, okay? Because the energy and the intention that that simple, tiny act will have will also reflect the inner work that you're willing to put in. You know, like, are you catering to yourself, aka this plant, as best as you possibly can? Are you paying attention to when it is that it needs more water, different soil, a change of location, you know? And you can also witness this plant grow. And no, I'm not giving it the option to wither, okay? Because we're looking to move on up. So perhaps maybe some of y'all just need a more physical representation of this metaphor, in which case buy a plant and name it after yourself. See what that does to you, you know, and talk to yourself more. Tell her how beautiful it is and how cool it is. And like, I don't know what kind of plants you get. I pretty much just have snake plants because they're just like the easiest to maintain. And plus I live in a freaking cave, if you could call it that. I'm just like locking out the sun when I can. Little vampire mode activated, until the sun sets and then the windows come open, unless I'm also doing videos. But anyways, I digress. What is this useless information that keeps coming through? But like, maybe it's not. Maybe some of y'all can relate. And either way, like, just know that certain plants can survive either way. Maybe that's just the message too, right? Like, we've often convinced ourselves that like, no, we need more and more of this and that, but like, why can't you be different? Like, that's the power of authenticity. It's the power of being a free mind and a free thinker. And like, just knowing that when you are one of them's, a lot of people are going to object with that and call you stupid and cancel, all of these other names around the sun. And like, that's okay. You know, like, it's just really ultimately about developing more thick skin and not allowing these thoughts to weather you down, but rather in a way like separate yourself in a healthy enough manner for it to actually build you up. You know, and it's in doing so that you're going to be changing your perspective about your realities and thus welcoming in things that align to you more, as well as also letting other things go. Although I've had like way too many videos on this channel about like letting go. So like, if any other spiritual check-in on my channel resonates with y'all, just give yourself a little clicksies and tune into that. All right, let's pull some more cards here for y'all. What does the soul fam need to hear? Two of Cups comes out. Okay, so this can be a really beautiful celebration between you and another, something more intimate, okay? So, I mean, hey, for any of y'all whom are perhaps maybe on a self-betterment path to find a partner, or to perhaps maybe move up the ladder of the relationship, like say for example, you've been dating for quite some time and like you're quote unquote waiting on engagement. As soon as you kind of let that concept go, right, and just like, you know, that's how like these opportunities flow in. So that could just very well be the kind of thing. No, I will not be predicting anyone's time and date and whatever of engagements. I get a lot of those questions from my female clients, and respectfully, no. Let the man step up and surprise you, okay? Expecting things, in fact, kind of pulls them away. It's the concept of like hanging on too tightly, and like you're bound to have that thing stretch out and like just be on its way, because like, shoot, it's about offering that freedom and trust without obviously being disloyal or anything on that front. But anyways, the Devil comes out. It's funny because when I started talking about like disloyalty and such, like, this motherfucker, you, look, the fact that he is, I'm going to assume maybe smoking from the sativa, just because it's a little bit more cracked there, right? Like, you can really be getting your brain a little effed up right now, okay? Just by the thoughts. Like, be mindful of the energies that you are consuming on a mental level right now. If they're depleting you, then like, I'm sorry, but like, rebuke them, okay? Especially because that's what could stand very well in the way of you obtaining this really beautiful celebration, right? It's like, it's an intimate moment, if not with you and like another, it could just be with like you and yourself, you know, you and spirit, you and like, okay, so it's gonna be my birthday soon enough, and I'm traveling to a place that like I've always wanted to go. It's like, I don't know why, but the city has always just, for me, I'm not gonna be disclosing it too much until I return. But in any case, I'm doing this for like myself, and I already know that like that celebration, because I did book this trip by myself, by my lonesome. I am a solo traveler preferably. In many cases, of course, I would love to travel with other peeps too, but like, this one's for me, and I'm celebrating it with myself, you know? And like, that's gonna just be like this beautiful like moment of like, I did it for myself. I was able to work through all of the stuff in my life to get myself there, and it's like, I mean, I'm a psychic, so I already kind of tapped into the emotions that I'm going to be feeling, but thus also manifesting myself there and manifesting how I'm going to feel and everything. And it is marvelous. And that's also a possibility here as well, okay? Because I'm getting a message here that some of y'all maybe lost someone that was really close to you due to a metaphorical or literal death, for example, or like a breakup, or like you just realize that like as much as you want to give into yourself and your own frame of minds and such, like the people whom are rejecting who you are now are also people whom you are convincing yourself is best for you to walk away from and such. Again, tune into any of my other videos, because I'm really not trying to resonate on that right now, but just know that like you're not alone, okay? And like we've all experienced these kind of things, especially the more that you ascend and go back into your essence, right? Because ascension is about peeling back the onion layers back to your core self, right? It's not about going higher and higher. That's just a really romanticized association, which bad. Get in your body, okay? Feel all the feelings, process all the thoughts, and also know that you can choose your thoughts. Okay, you can set new patterns for yourself. If y'all want help with that, knwitchery.com. NLP, hypnotherapy, or just book a damn reading with me, okay? And I will help just realign you, reshift your perspective real quick with the touch of clarity that you need, because that's my specialty after all, and you will be on your way to celebrate, and you can tell the devil, nay, nay, I say, okay? Cool, I heard keep on flipping it. All right, card out. What is it? I wish it was obvious. I want to say that this is the Eight of Buds. I will double check that. And I also heard read me. So, okay, I guess I'm going to do that too. And I was right. It is the Eight of Buds. All right, it reads hard work and productivity pay off. The Eight of Buds reminds us that now is the time to harvest. And that rich bud in it, what? Am I okay? I feel like I'm dyslexic. No disrespect to anyone who is, but like, bitch, what? Hard work and productivity pay off, and the Eight of Buds reminds us. And now is the time to harvest that rich bud and enjoy the heady fruits of your own labor. Now is when you should focus on improving your skills. Sometimes the growth cycle can be and feel repetitive, but it's how mastery is achieved. Take your time. Offer yourself grace, okay? Is it gonna be easy all the time? No. Should it be? No. Okay? No. Because like, imagine we lived this life where nothing bad ever happened. At all. Ever. We have what we need when we need it. We can eat all the calories we want without any repercussions. And then we grow old and a little chubby and then we die. Think about that thoroughly. And I know some of y'all whom have like trauma with a capital or even minor T are gonna think like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want. But before you completely commit to that, understand and look back at the progress that you have made despite all of the shortcomings and troubles and inconveniences and discomforts and attacks and blah, blah, blah that had occurred in your life. You had grown into a much better person, and not better in the sense that something needed fixing within you, but you hadn't allowed these thoughts to weigh you down, these experiences to weigh you down, but rather lift you up. And sometimes maybe something does need to get snipped. Something needs to get cut. Okay, this cut doesn't always necessarily even have to be something that's like a person or even something of like massive importance. It could just be that you need to sacrifice like your routine or your schedule or something, right? Like when we want to enforce a healthy habit, we must also let go and cut off something that is destructive for ourselves, right? Like let the devil be on his merry way. Also, if you do find yourself becoming a lot more like, I guess, like consumed by the devil and like experiencing a lot more hardship, just know that like the devil appears when you are very close and near to like ascension, and he goes, whoa, hold on, I gotta keep you down here, okay? Because it's like, that's when you're more susceptible to fear mongering and such. And like when it comes to negative and like evil entities, if you will, they feed off of the fear more than they do our love and shine and positivity. So it's up to you which way you want to flow. And he's not a bad guy anyways. Like, I know religion will tell us otherwise, and I'm not sitting here saying that like I pray to the devil or anything, because like I'm not silly. But at the same time, it's like, it's a choice that comes up. You always sign on the dotted line when the devil comes in, right? It's like, I will grant you all of these things, a nice easy life, no problem. And yet there's always something underlining there, right? There's always something that you would want more. And even something that is tainted and painted in such a beautiful light is bound to eventually freaking blind you, you know? Like, so just know that you are more in control. And having more fear of what the future may bring is just you it's just you choosing the limiting beliefs that keep you small. But you're not meant to be small anymore. You're meant to be your own self, to be as big as you can be in this life and take up space in any way that you have been designed to. Because you can. Because you can. Obama said that a lot, obviously, with his campaign and such, but it was like such an NLP tactic. And like Oprah Winfrey is also a very NLP I guess like trained and such. So NLP is great. Neuro-linguistic programming. Oof, the thoughts that you have in your brainsicles really create your reality. So why are we fighting it? Why are we fighting it? The star comes out with the 5 of Wands, or the splits or joints in this case. 5 of Wands comes into play in my own intuitive reading way when there are, just go away. I feel like a lunatic. This is great times, good times. Okay, when we are overwhelmed by the external opinions, ego battles, and such of others, right? Like, we care too much about what the other will think and say. So much so that like it causes more of like a defense mechanism to come up from you, because like, or not, you may not be perhaps, okay, like when your amygdala gets activated and such, like there's fight, flight, freeze, fawn, like there's all these different things. And if y'all aren't really the fighters, which the 5 of Wands is kind of like a fighter card, but like you could initiate like a freeze, and who you're really fighting is your damn self, you know? Like, this is a time right now, okay, that I'm recording this, that there are like 6 retrogrades happening. And like, I know, before y'all roll your eyes, because some of you already had about the whole astrology thing, okay? Just know that this is a big time for self-reflection, okay? And literally becoming the change you wish to see in the world. 2 people, 3 people, 7 people, 1 billion people could be sitting in one room, sharing the same experience and still having completely different perspectives about it. One may be annoyed about another thing. One may see the color blue and the other may see the color gold. We all know that dress incident. Stay true to your own experience, because it is through that when the star comes in, I just heard you found the lighter. Listen, potheads, I know it's not just me, when you're like searching high and low for a particular lighter and like you can't find it until like one day you just lift up that like couch cushion and you're like, ah, there you are. Or like someone comes over and they're like, hey man, I think I took this from you last time, and you're like, what? Like, it just kind of comes in perfect timing, and you hold the light in your hand, and it's going to come at you at this really beautiful, profound time, and it also has to come with the allowance thereof, okay? I know sometimes it feels contradicting to accept things as they are, although that doesn't always have to have a pessimistic undertone. Like, oh, it is what it is, so like nothing's ever gonna change, so like what's the point? Like, nah, nay, nay. Also, sorry for all the barking. My brother's girlfriend's coming over, so I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Yeah. Lots of fun. With the noises, obviously. She's great, by the way. Okay, what's happening? I get distracted very easily. And that's on ADHD. Anyways, the lighter. You hold the light in your hands, in your experiences. You make of it whatever it is that you wish. Just know that whatever awaits you, honestly, and it could even be something that like is a dream come true. I shared with y'all some of my own personal experiences about like my travel thing for my birthday, right? You just never know what's going to come out of the woodworks for you as soon as you just like let the rest all go and really truly fully trust. Not even trust in God and the universe and everything, like trust in yourself. Trust in that simple knowing that you will and can overcome, because you have many times before. Even though you may be convincing yourself that you haven't, you have. So don't be talking like that about my friend, okay? Also, I see buzzing. Shush. Your damn mouth. Ugh, distractions are everywhere. They're gonna throw you off for a loop. And that's okay. Okay? We can laugh about it. Sad. Be sad about it. Be angry about it. Do whatever it is that you gotta do. But then just like get back onto your shit. Seriously. Let's go to the Roast Iconic Oracle deck. What messages you got here for my soul fam before I close this off? Have you resonated so far? Let me know in the comments down below. I have no idea what I'm going to title this guy. But whatever. I'll figure that out. Messages for the soul fams. What to do? Ooh, vampire. Okay. One more, please. Oh, I heard two more. Okay. Nose itch on that. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Before I pull more, there is somebody in your circle, in your energetic sphere, even if it's not someone that you're in fully contact with. Perhaps maybe you have some more healing and releasing to do in and around particular memories, or like I just heard all the things she said, running through my head, all the things she said. What? Yeah. They're really feeding into your limiting beliefs right now, okay? And keeping you at a fear level, right? Not everybody has to agree with your choices, with your decisions, with how it is that you choose to live your life, okay? Society easily has always something to say about something, okay? Do you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, especially yourself, which by the way, lying and staying in a fear vibration is doing you more harm. Also, not allowing you to like show up fully for the people that you love and care about. You're not allowing yourself to celebrate the good things. You're not allowing yourself to see the opportunities that are rightfully yours, that can easily get built just by a simple choice thereof. There's a lot of things about like hands here, okay? Like, I mean, granted, this is also that kind of deck, so like, duh, there's a bunch of hands, but like, something's literally going to like fall into the palm of your hands. I just seen like a cell phone, okay? So it could be a message that you send, that you receive, like some sort of a conversation, confirmation. I just heard a contract, okay? You could be signing something. Someone could literally be gifting you something that is like big or small enough to fit into your hands. No dirty thoughts there. Some of y'all just got a little nasty. But hey, I mean, if that's a gift, go for it. Enjoy. Allow it to happen for you by moving away from the purple. Okay, purple might have something to do with it. The person, place, or thing that just like, that keeps you in a fear state. Okay? Anxiety, fear, ego is very loud. It's repetitive and it brings you down. That fear-mongering type of energy. Intuition is subtle. And also, there is some fear that is intertwined in intuition as well, and like the path that we know is paved for us. But that's when we confuse the comfort zone with the danger zone. You know, of course, stepping out of what it is that we have built for ourselves and trying new things and incorporating new things. And again, the reminder here of taking it nice and slow with yourself is actually going to offer yourself a hell of a lot of grace as you do so, okay? Of course, doing something new is going to be really uncomfortable temporarily. But if you know that the outcome is what's actually going to be the most blissful experience, something that can actually bring you towards your magnificence and connection and celebration, whether it be with yourself, whether it be with others, like again, the opportunity to travel could very well be optimal for you, okay? And even if that travel is just the travel of the mind, you know, metaphors exist in everything. Like, are we really going to allow this person, place, or thing, circumstance to keep you still when you are really meant to fly? I mean, that's a choice. Personally, I've done doing that a long time ago, and it's really paid off for me. And yeah, I still stumble once in a while. It's still uncomfortable, and it's all possible. And you can surprise yourself and be surprised and enjoy your life. It doesn't always have to be what your parents say, what society says, what your friends recommend. Like, they could very well just be speaking out of their own limiting beliefs. I never thought I'd be sitting here flipping cards and doing hypnotherapy with people. I didn't. What? I came from like IT sales, bro. I was in corporate for like a decade, just a little bit over. Never would I ever thunk that come 2020, I'd be like, no, I'm done with this. It's time for me to truly be me. And now I actually, like, I love what I do, but I get to be me all the time. And I'm not worrying so much about what I'm wearing and how I look like. I don't care either. I'm here. Baggy shirts and all. It's hot. It's comfortable. I'm comfortable. Just know that this could be you too. And of course, if you're into all of like the brands and like labels and such, then you can also like divulge your time and money and energy in that. But like the point is that you can also obtain that if that's what you want. I did hear 2 more cards, so I'm still going to be pulling 2 more cards. It's a long reading, so if you're still here, thanks. Red flag. Okay. I took more than 3 cards right now, but I think that also helps to clarify the red flag, because I was also secretly asking for that. The red flag, if you really need to identify that, is if you feel triggered by what people are recommending you, what people are bestowing upon you, okay. You can also be really experiencing a time where like a lot of these limiting beliefs right now are like coming to your forefront and you're really mad about it and really harboring a lot of anger and disappointment in people whom have fed these limiting beliefs and experiences onto you. Could I offer y'all examples? Yeah, but I don't want to trigger y'all, so I'm not going to. Either way, if you're resonating, you get it, right? This is a really important time for you to take a look at your shadow self, okay? And push on through. Give yourself the love that you need right now. Give yourself a hug. And tell yourself the things that you need to hear, that you needed to hear as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, yesterday, now, whatever it is that you need. You can feed that over to yourself. And again, please book with me, knwitchery.com. I am more than happy to guide you safely on your way, okay? It's my pleasure. Pay attention to how people make you feel, right? I know that sometimes standing in your own and like creating boundaries could be really uncomfortable to other people. Like, I've heard it in my own personal experiences too, where it's like, okay, you're setting your own boundaries, but like, have you ever considered how it makes other people feel? And I'm like, yeah, I have. And that's the thing. I'm done masking myself to keep the peace. I'm also a Libra, so with everything going on astrologically right now with like the South Node and everything, like we ain't playing anymore. We're not doing the people pleasing thing anymore, okay? We're done masking ourselves. The only way to spread more peace is to become peace. So imagine me being rocked to my core because someone keeps completely triggering me. I don't want to be triggered anymore, and I don't want to feed into the trigger either because it gets reflected both ways. I don't want to be a crazy bitch. So I looked at my shadow self and I was like, yo, I love you. You're cool. You're safe now. We got this. Boundary has been set and it has been implemented and it has been kept. And although it's uncomfortable for everyone else, including myself, okay, because there is grieving processes of this as well. I'm just sharing this because like y'all need to hear it, okay? Things take time. Give yourself that grace and pay attention to what your triggers are telling you. I heard my snaps, we're done. If this reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments down below. Know that I love you. I send you so many virtual hugs and hearts and love and positivity. And just know that like this reading has been immensely positive, okay? I think that y'all are on the brink of some really wonderful life experiences and opportunities for yourself, and if you stop now, that would be a choice, and a silly one at that, okay? Because you are worthy and deserving of a life that you desire in the best, healthiest, thriving ways. Okay? Okay. Mwah. Love you guys. See you in the next reading. Bye!